Hi everyone, it's Mike from EduCircles. This is, I just finished recording episode 2 in my series to help teachers improve sales on TPT, and I'm posting this on my SEO teacher channel where I talk about things I try to earn a living from the internet. My brain is mush, and I wanted to change the introduction right now and tell you that I will ramble in this video. So at the bottom, there's a bunch of links in the descriptions. You can just jump to this section and apply to you. Here's the bottom line. If you are new to creating resources on TPT, I personally started by making Google Docs and Google Slide files because that's what I use in my classroom, right? We are a Google Docs, Google Apps for Education house. So some of the fonts that you can use in Google are not actually included on all computers. And so the problem that I'm going to talk about in this video is how one of the fonts didn't load properly on another teacher's computer, right? So bottom line is, if you're creating resources, you might want to make sure that the font you use is available on other people's computers, and I'll explain how to figure that out in the video. If you use Mac, I'm sure there's a Mac list of fonts as well. I am Windows biased because that's what I use. But I'll add a link to that in the description below. Bottom line, I'm gonna ramble. Fonts are cool, but downloading them is a pain sometimes. And if you're making TPT resources, maybe just use the standard fonts that are on your computer. That's it, rambling again. Let's check this out. Here we go. So here's my store, and this comes from, the reason why I want to do an episode on fonts is because someone asked a great question the other day, and they asked it on my store. They said, this is a great resource, thank you. It's my goal-setting resource slideshow. The fonts are not showing up properly. Can you share them so that I can load them on my computer? And the reason why this is a huge red flag for me is because I thought I had properly embedded the fonts into the file itself so that teachers wouldn't have to install any fonts. But clearly something has gone wrong. It works on my test computer, but it's not working on everyone's computer. So I need to sort of troubleshoot this so that basically it's just easier, the fonts work. So bottom line is, if you're starting your TPT journey and you're creating resources on the internet, choose wisely with your fonts. And if you've been an old hat and you're selling on TPT and you've done lots of stuff with fonts, I would love to hear from you to find out how you're doing things. Okay, so I'm going to go to this product to show you what I mean. Let's find it. Here we go. Here's the resource. Okay, I'm going to click on View to Files. Let's download this to my computer. There we go. I'm not sure what's happening. Here it is at the bottom. Oh, there we go. Now I'm in it. Okay, so I'm going to show this in a folder. Okay, so you can see I've been practicing a lot. I'm going to get rid of those files. Let's start fresh. And I'm going to just show you what's in here. I'll double click this file. I'll extract all the files. I'll save it to my computer. All right, so here it is. Here are all the files. Okay, so let's just close that. The file in question is this slideshow. So when I make resources, I make them in Google Docs, Google Slides, and I use all sorts of fun fonts to sort of stand out because I like cool fonts. And if you're just new to creating resources, the way to find out what font to use if you're looking for a font is basically in Google Slides or Google Docs, you click on More Fonts. And then you sort by popularity. These are the most popular fonts that people are using, right? Or I can sort it by trending. So this is a, wow, this is a great font. You probably want to choose one font for your brand. So if you're making your covers, but anyways, and if I'm looking for, let's say, like a handwriting font, just click on that. And Architect's Daughter, I've already installed it. But let's say I really like, oh, I don't like any of these. I want to have, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going around in corners. Anyways, I can install a font from here. So I simply would click on that, for example, hit OK if I like that font, and then it'll change it to it. So the font that I decided a long time ago that I liked was this Bangers font, which kind of looks like a comic book font. And I like that. I use it in my headings, and I would have no problem showing this in class because it is Google Slides. Google Slides and Google Docs will load the fonts appropriately. So where the issue sort of came up for me was back in the day, if I was to download this as a PowerPoint, back then, not all of the fonts would embed, and then I would have to find a way to get those fonts to teachers, and sort of it is what it is. So if you are creating resources and you don't want to deal with this font headache, I'm just going to type Windows font list. There we go. I'll put a link. I'm going to go with the official Microsoft document. I'll put a link in the YouTube. But basically, if it is one of these fonts, it's going to be installed on all Windows computers, and you don't have to worry about the person opening up your resource and saying, hey, the font doesn't look right, right? So anyways, that's there. But let's go back to the problem at hand. All right, so I'm just going to go back here. Here's the file. Okay, so here's my slideshow font. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you the fonts that I have installed on my computer. I'm going to search up my fonts. And I'm just going to type Bangers, which is the name of the font, right? So I do not have Bangers installed, but I have some other BA fonts. So, okay, Bangers is not installed on this font. So when I open up this slideshow, in theory, everything should be happy. The Bangers font will show up because I've embedded it into the file itself. So the font is now part of this file. I'm going to talk more about this in a second, but basically this should work on any computer and they can see everything fine. What does it look like if the font doesn't load properly? No problem. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Options, and I will click on Save, and I click on Embed Font. So I'm going to say no, I'm not going to embed the fonts, and nothing will change until I save the file. So I'm going to save this. Oops. I'm going to save it, no fonts. All right, here we go. Still, again, nothing changes because everything is loaded already. So I'm going to close that. I can see right away that the size of the files has changed, right? So originally it was 12,834 kilobytes, and without the font, it's a smaller file, right? 9,892, because the font is not in there itself. Okay, so I'm going to open up this file without the font, and it looks like this, right? So it looks all messed up because the font isn't installed on the computer, so the computer is just loading something else. And I know that this is the Bangers font because up here it says Bangers. Okay, so this is the problem that the teacher is having, that they asked the question on my store. You know, the font's not loading properly. Can you send me the font? Okay, so what I used to do, and I emailed this teacher how to install the font, but I'm really interested in why it's not loading properly. But basically, so Bangers is the name of the font. I go to Google Chrome, and what I do is I type in Bangers, the name of the font, and then I type Google Font. You see I can search it already. So I want to go to the Google Font page about Bangers. There's lots of ways to get this font. I'm going to the Google Fonts page because I discovered that the Google Font ones, you can embed, you're allowed to embed and make it installable, which saves me a world of hurt. And if I scroll down here to the bottom, I can see here, and this is probably true for all Google fonts, but basically it says these fonts are licensed under the Open Font license. I've read that before. I know that I can use this commercially in different projects, but obviously Google is not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. Consult a lawyer before taking our word for this kind of stuff. But basically Open Fonts, I can install it on my computer and embed it in things, and I can sell this resource on TPT. So I'm going to install this font. I save this Bangers font. Let's just move that. Let's just go here, show in the folder. Here we go. So here's the file from the internet. I will scan it for viruses. No threats are there, so I will close that. Hello. Hi. Why are you not closing? I will close that. Doesn't want to close. The internet. All right. I love you. Can I close you? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to open up, where did you go? The font. It's in a zip folder. Here it is. I know that this text file, that's the license, the Open Font license. You can read that. Lots of fun stuff in there. And I'm going to double click this font file, and I'll see what the font looks like. And now I'm going to click here and install it on my computer. It's installing it. There it is. It's done. Let's just close some of this stuff. And now in Windows, if I search up font and I open it up, and if I move over here, I can see, if I type here Bangers, I can see the font is installed. Okay, so now what I want to show you is I know that this file here, the original file, it already had the font embedded in it, so it loads just fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close PowerPoint completely, and now when I open up this slideshow file without the fonts, I saved it without the fonts embedded in the file, but boom, because the Bangers font is installed on my computer, it loads fine. And the key trick here is you've got to close PowerPoint or Microsoft Word completely once you install the font, because then when you open it up again, the fonts will show up. All right, so far so good. Now, the way to install a font. So let's say you have a font on your computer, you really like it, and you need to make sure, you want to install on your computer, you need to make sure that, I'm just going to show you something here. I'm going to go to Control Panel, which is a different place on Windows. I'm going to type here font. I'm going to open this thing called View Installed Fonts here. Okay, so these are the fonts I have installed on my computer. Let's just search up that Bangers font. There it is. So when I click on it, I can see right here it says font embeddability. So it's installable. So I can embed this into PowerPoint, and then on the other person's computer, it can install without any problems. I also know that not all fonts are like that. So for some project, I must have used this font called Big John Regular, right? And it says here print and preview. So that means that the font, they'll be able to print it and look at it, but they won't be able to edit it. And some of these fonts, let's see if I can find one here, it'll say editable. So it means that the file will load up, but it won't be able to install on their computer. And I tried that version for a while. I had this Bangers font that I use, Bangers, there we go. And I got it from a different font repository. I didn't get it from Google Font. And the version that I had, it wasn't installable, it was editable. And then when I tested it on my computer, there's just that warning bar that says you can't install this font or you're restricted. And I thought that restriction highlight, that warning bar would sort of make teachers nervous. So now when I embed fonts into my PowerPoint or Word documents for teachers, I make sure that the font I have is installable. You can install it on their computer. All right, so I have the right kind of font that I can install. I know that I'm allowed to distribute this font because it's an open font license. I'm gonna go here, and so this is where the magic happens. This is what I do. I go to File, I scroll down, and I click on Options, and I click on Save. And under Save, I have this option here to embed the fonts into the file. And I'm gonna make sure I embed all the characters as opposed to just the ones in the presentation, because that way you can edit the file and do whatever you want with it and the font will look fine. So I'll hit OK. Nothing has changed because I haven't saved it. So I'm gonna save it right now. I'm gonna save it as embedded font from Microsoft. All right, so let's hit save. It's saving, it's thinking. There we go. I'm going to close this. And so now when I go back to this folder, I can see now, this is where the internet weirds me out. So I have the original slideshow file, and that one had 12,834 kilobytes, the fonts embedded. And then you saw that when I saved this file without any fonts, you can see that it dropped down here to 9,892 kilobytes. And now when I install the font and add it to it, it comes out to 12,554. It's slightly off, and I'm going to guess it's off because maybe it's a different version of that file, font file. I don't understand. It's a little bit off, not sure why. But bottom line is you're going to want to embed fonts into your documents if you are using non-standard fonts. All right, so here is where I get confused. And I'm looking for help from other teachers who have done this. I'm not sure why this works. Okay, oops. So I am going to remove this font from my computer. I'm going to open up the font settings. I'm going to click on Bangers, and I have a question for all of you, whether you're new in your TPT journey or you've done this forever. So I'm going to remove this font from my computer. I will uninstall it. Goodbye, font. Okay, so it's disappearing, uninstalled from my computer. It's gone. When I open up this version of PowerPoint with no fonts, okay, wait for it. Still doesn't load correctly because the font is not installed on my computer. Okay, so this is the part I want to ask the internet. All right, hello, wisdom of the internet. So here is my Google slide. And a long time ago, like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, when I first downloaded this file as a PowerPoint file, it did not load on my computer, and I had to include the Bangers font into the document. So I'm going to type here from Google Slides, because I'll forget, from Google Slides. And then so what I used to do was have the PowerPoint, but then say to teachers, you have to install this font first, and then it'll look right. And then that was a lot of work for some people, and I just want to make it simple. So here's the font, and I thought if I embed it, everything is fine. Okay, today is 2022, January 13th, and now the weirdest thing happens. Here we go. So it's 10,000 kilobytes. So I think that means the font is embedded in it, because now when I open this file from Google Slides, the font works great. By the way, when you sell resources on TPT, sometimes I'll get a question like, hey, this is a Microsoft PowerPoint file. I can't edit the file. Can you send me an editable version? And usually what I found is it's because Microsoft PowerPoint opens up in protected view, and all they have to do is click on enable editing, and then they'll be able to edit it, right? So even though I don't have Bangers installed on my computer, it's in this file. And so maybe this isn't an issue anymore. Maybe it's still an issue. I don't really understand. Fonts. Bottom line, if you are using fun, fancy fonts in Google Docs and Google Slides, and you're starting your TPT journey, just know that fonts can be a headache. And if you want to make sure that your font is safe for Windows 10, just Google up Windows font list and you'll come up with a list of them. And I'm pretty sure that a good chunk of the common fonts are available on Mac, but don't quote me on that. Okay. And if you've been here for a while and you've been making resources with different fonts, let me know what the secret is to putting fonts into the documents so that they load for everybody. Otherwise, you will end up with lovely comments, legitimate questions from people who have downloaded your product, but for whatever reason, the font isn't loading properly. And I know I could just include the font in the file or a little line about how to do it, but I really want to come up with a way where fonts are already part of the PDF and they work magically. I don't understand how fonts work. All right, that's a lot of rambling. If you have any questions about anything I did in the video too quickly, or anything that you've seen on TPT, or any suggestions on what I could do to improve my game, please leave a comment below. If you like this sort of stuff, as always, like, subscribe, follow, you know how it is. And we will see you next time. All right, bye-bye now. Wait.